All right, hey guys, this is Dyno Mike doing my first interview. With me is Clarkeskog. I don't know if you want to say hi.
What's going on, fellas? Thank you for having me.
I wanted to just start off briefly with your history. I can see here you were in the AHL for about season and a half, and you got called up to the Ducks, it looks like, towards the end of
Uh,
season two.
yeah. So I started off. I was on the Springfield Falcons, and I was thanks to Affordable Dreams, now a goalie for Coyotes. He gave me a shot, and I went with it, and I was doing all right. And then a bunch of stuff happened. I got traded to the Rampage. Then I had my hot streak. We went on to the playoffs and stuff. Lost round one, and then that was season one. Season two, I got picked up by the goals, and that's thanks to Polska. And I forgot who was running that team at the time, but yeah, I played. I think I played like 6 games, 7 games, something like that. I had like 30 something points, and then I got called up to the Ducks, and had a very bad season two,
Okay.
and so that they re-signed me, but they traded me, and then I got released or something. I don't know how that
Yeah,
works, but yeah. So they traded me, got me released. I got picked up. I didn't even own NHL 17 for season three, but the Pittsburgh Penguins got me for
I
750K.
see that right here. Yep.
Yeah,
And
and
and the Ducks traded for you a first round pick, Dion, perfect skills for you and Font, which is a
yeah,
sick trade.
yeah, it was a pretty good trade too. It's funny because like they let me go because I was not playing too hot season three. So I mean that was totally understandable. But season four starts, I put up like I don't even know how many points when I was on the Penguins, but I was tearing it up, and so they went out and got me, and then I was on the Ducks, and I tore it up with Carm and a coin.
hmm
Rest in peace to Carm. Uh, after respects, if you're listening, and so yeah, and then we went to the playoffs, went to the East Western Conference Finals, got smacked up by the Chicago Blackhawks, and now I am oh man, season
We're in four right
four.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, season four, man. It's been crazy. I went from the Ducks, got compensated to the Carolina Hurricanes, from the Hurricanes to the Kings, and then to now where I'm at is the
Washington
Washington
Cap with an
Capitals.
18-2 record, and now you get to play with guys like Nuge, SJU, and Woy, and that's got to be pretty fun. And
Oh, it is.
I can tell you firsthand. I've even heard right from SJU that he likes how you play and stuff. So it's obviously a huge compliment coming from
Oh
someone
yeah.
who's been in this league stuff since almost the beginning, back in VHL days. I mean, it's got to mean a lot to you, to be honest.
It
Since
does. It does. He's a great player. I play with Finesse and him, and they definitely are the best teammates I've had so far throughout LG, PSN wise.
yeah.
They've kept me level headed. All that stuff. Like when I would get mad, they'd tell me, it's all good. Let's just pick it up and stuff. And we're winning games. So I mean, what more can you ask for?
With 18-2, and you got 65 points. I mean, you had 71, so you're gonna break it this season. You're gonna have
Yeah.
your career high, and that's perfect with an 18-2 record. Not many guys have anything close to that. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
so let's get to some basic questions now. After we went over some of your brief history, these are just it's a bit of a background for people to learn about you. And
Yeah.
start off with, what is your favorite real life hockey team and why?
The Philadelphia Flyers,
Oh,
because I'm from I'm from near Buffalo, and so Danny Briere
okay.
at the time was playing there, and I wasn't really too big into hockey watching or anything. I'd see it when I was on TV when I was little, and Briere, the Cookie Monster, was always
You're a
on,
fucking
and
rat.
yeah, shut up, shut up. He Then he signed with the Flyers, and I was already an Eagles fan for the NFL, and so I was like, why not hop on board? And
It
yeah,
works.
the rest is history.
I mean, that's perfect. All right. Who is your favorite NHL player growing up, and who is your favorite right now?
Danny Briere,
Growing up.
um, Danny Briere for sure. Oh, and also Jeff Carter, still one of my favorites. And right now, my favorite player, Wayne Simmons,
I
the
mean,
Simmer man. That
yeah,
dude is
yeah,
insane.
he's a workhorse. I always liked him, to be honest, and he's having actually a career season, I think, right now, right? Just
Oh
something
yeah, for
close to
sure.
it. He's
He
been
has like
ridiculous.
crazy amount of goals, leading the team.
All right. how long have you played NHL Online, and what was your very first NHL game?
I've been playing since NHL 09 when
Oh
EASHS
wow,
first came out.
that
I
first
was
season. Okay,
terrible. I was terrible. My first NHL game I played, like '04, I think.
that's a pretty good one. That's a good
Wasn't
soundtrack too.
Aginla? Wasn't Aginla on the cover or
I,
something? I think so.
I'm pretty sure. All I know is that had a sick soundtrack though.
Oh
I
my
mean, a lot
god,
of them
yeah.
back then did, but so I can tell you're actually kind of young then, right? If '04 was
I'm
your first
uh,
NHL
I'm
game.
I'm I'm 21. I
Oh,
just
okay, so you're
started
not
late.
that young.
Yeah, I was playing Madden since I was little though. Like football was always my
Oh, okay. I
first go-to sport.
was gonna say because my first NHL was '99, so it's definitely dating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
on the N64 too, no less.
Oh wow,
It's
them
crazy.
rumble packs.
Yeah, it came. I think it came right with the N64 that I got. It was like one of the first games I had. I was like sick.
Dude,
Played
that's awesome.
played that a shit ton. All right. Who's your favorite player in LGPSN, and who's the best player in LGPSN?
Oh man, oh man. So my favorite player. Um, oh man. Oh, I would say myself, like I'm LeVar Ball or something. But favorite player, man,
If
that's so tough.
I asked Jacqueezy, he would probably say himself on
Yeah.
both, but he might not be wrong either. He is very good, but
Oh yeah. My favorite player to play with though is probably Mark or Jedi or
mhm.
Reki. My three go-to guys.
All Anaheim figured.
Yeah, kind of.
They were all there at one time, right? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. None of them were. I wish. Oh my god, dude, trust me, I was
Wait, really? I
begging for it.
could have sworn
No, no.
Jedi.
Yeah, Reki was always on a different team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and all those guys were. And
Well, who's the
those
best?
the best.
Come on, Clark. Put
You're
on
hitting
the
me with some
spot right
crazy.
now. I know.
Um, the best player. I would say, I've seen. Oh man, dude, King Clutch, man, one of the
Okay.
guys up there has to be.
That's fair. He's
Uh,
probably one of, if not top 5 centers on LGPSN. I mean,
uh,
the way he's scoring too. It looks like
oh
it.
yeah, he's a beast. I love PTP. He can play every position
Yeah. Look
phenomenally.
at him on defense. I complimented him yesterday. He's doing fantastic. People don't give
Oh
him
yeah,
credit, but
not at all.
Chicago has good offense, but they wouldn't have their record without good defense. It's really important this
Exactly.
year. So that's fair enough.
Um,
I like that.
yeah,
PTP, King Clutch.
basing off skill, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, we'll move on. What was your favorite NHL video game and why? I like that one.
I liked NHL 12
Yep, of course.
because,
Amazing game.
yeah, dude, I think NHL 09 I only liked because Panic at the Disco 9 in the Afternoon was like my favorite song at the time.
So lame,
And,
Clark.
dude, And that's the reason why I liked NHL 09 so much. But 12 for sure, because like you could do the one-handed scoring goals and shit, and that was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Um,
All those Deeks in last gen were fantastic.
they were great, and I loved the GMO down there. It was fun.
No, all the old school GMOs were great too. All right, we'll move on. What makes you as talented at the game as you are, and what do you do differently from others?
I've always considered myself just a pure natural goal scorer, kind of like Pavel Bure was. Always getting breakaways, just always open, to get the puck and score. I create a lot of space for myself, like when I don't have the puck. I would say I'm more like Ovechkin now, just because I'm on the Washington Capitals. But what I do differently is I'm always in the right place at the right time for a goal. It's even if you throw it on or if I get a tip in or, just a clapper. I'm
Pure
just
goal scorer.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just a pure
pretty
goal
much
scorer.
what sets you. I mean, I'd agree with you. You're one of a few who are using hitting sniper, so I give you credit. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the build too, but obviously you're gonna be scoring a lot with that, and points wise, looks like you're doing pretty damn well. So
Oh yeah, I'm not changing it up.
no, I feel you on that. All right, we'll move on to. Oh, I like this one. Where did your name come from?
My name, Clarkeskog. So I'm a huge Gabriel Landeskog fan.
I
And
figured as much.
so Clark, Clark is my last name. The S-Cog comes from Landeskog. And yeah, he's just one of my favorite. Because I always used to rock power
simple.
forward. Yeah, so he's a power forward kind of guy. So
That works. That was easy. I should have probably expected something simple like that. That's just, it makes sense at least.
yeah.
Okay, ready? Here's one I don't know if you'll be able to answer so easily, but what EASHL clubs have you played with, and who do you always play with usually?
Like back in the day,
Yeah, if you can remember.
East Coast Connection was the club. Me, Hayes X11 or B Hayes, whatever you know him as. Him, Kroger, all those guys. We were East Coast Connection. We were really good too. Back in the day, man, it used to be so fun to play club. Just grinding it out all month for the playoffs, trying to win that elite banner. And like now, it's kind of like club hopping because it really doesn't matter who you like, what club you're in anymore, and
that's
it's kind of lame.
That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, the problem with this question is in next gen, a lot of people don't continue to play together because it's just how it is. A lot of people don't play in general, so I mean,
like I just play with everybody now. Basically, like anybody who wants to send me a party invite, I see who's in the party first before I don't want.
Oh, of course. Take what you can get at sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually most of the people who still play that, usually probably invite you to are pretty good. I mean, it's
Oh yeah. Last night I played with like all the French guys like Trio, Show, Pat Dean, all those dudes, and that was fun as hell. But like obviously they don't talk or whatever, so that was cool. I got to listen to music. Well, no, because we just didn't even have a party or anything, but that's cool. I don't mind it.
The best part of playing with the Frenchies, man, is when they all talk to each other in French the entire fucking game. You have no idea what's going on.
That's hilarious. Because then they start laughing and saying like jokes, and I don't understand, but it's really funny.
Yeah, no, because it's like casual talk for us. But you don't understand shit. All right, ready for this one? This is probably gonna be the toughest one for you to answer, but if you could change something about your game or improve something, what would it be?
Passing.
Really?
Just I wouldn't say I'm bad at passing. It's just I fuck up a lot, and I don't know if it's the game or it's just me or I don't know. I know my passing isn't that well. I know a lot of people make fun of me for it, saying like you never pass or whatever, but it's because I fucking can't sometimes, and sometimes like my vision on the ice is a little bit blurry. So I hope to improve on those in the coming months.
Yeah, because it's funny that you say passing too, because I know the game's passing isn't fantastic, but if you play with someone like SJU, he hits passes.
Oh my god.
That are like impossible. I have no idea how the fuck he does it, but like. You try to blame the game, but then you see him pass, and it's like, what am I doing wrong?
It's really hard to. Like, we were in our game. I think it was last week or whatever. We always have these plays where we one touch. So like, I pass it to Soccer, he drops it to Finesse. Finesse just rocks it home or something like that. It's just really quick passing, and that's what I need to work on. And I know those guys are really fucking good at it. So I'm glad I get to play with them to learn.
All right, well. We're going to wrap it up with contender or pretender because I held you for like almost 15 minutes already. That's crazy, but it's been solid.
So, it's fine.
So I'm gonna give you a team, and you're going to tell me whether you think they have a chance at winning or not.
Okay.
And obviously I'm only going to stick to really playoff teams. It wouldn't be fair to be like New York Rangers because like obviously it's not going to happen. But so we'll start off right away with your team. We're starting the East Metropolitan with the Washington Capitals.
I gotta say contender, man. We are on fire lately. We're kind of suspect sometimes, but we have the pieces and the tools to make it very far in the playoffs.
Gonna give my quick opinion there. Try not to take too much time up. If Voy tries, you guys have a very good chance. You guys would have two solid lines of D. If Voy takes it seriously, you guys certainly have a good chance. All right, we're gonna head over to the East Atlantic and go with not Florida but Boston. How do you feel about Boston?
I think that's a team can make it to the first round. I would say not getting past the second. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I would say they're in the mix for sure though. Anything's possible, especially come playoff time.
They really did improve their D over the trade deadline. So I mean, certainly, I guess you'd put them at a pretender, but they're definitely in the mix, like you said. So, all right, we're gonna skip over to the West Central, go right to the Dallas Stars, Chiefs team.
Oh my god, dude, that team is so good. From head to toe. Like somehow this dude builds a team, start of the season, trades away all of his good ass players, and still makes a great team. I don't get it. He does it, and he does it well. So I'm glad he's an owner in this league, though. Yeah,
it's funny because Chief gets a lot of hate, but he honestly, in my opinion, he does better than like 90% of the other owners. So
he's one of the best.
You can hate the guy, but like he clearly knows what he's doing. So, all right.
So yeah, contender.
Yeah, contender for Dallas. Cool. Head over to the West Pacific, and we're gonna finish off with Calgary.
Calgary, man, I love my boy Pat. I just think they're kind of pretenders. They're doing great, but
they have a well-rounded team. Obviously, they got Gomark.
Yeah.
They have a strong first and second line. They got a mix of a few D-men on forward. No, it's just Terry. Terry's playing forward. If Terry was on defense, I really think that team would be a contender.
Yeah, I've never seen him play, but hey, they're first in the Pacific, so they're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, no, I just wish they were a little bit deeper on D, so I could see why they'd be pretenders. Yeah, they got Krusty and Red Mile, and even Freestyle's pretty good. Aside from that, though, I mean, that's fair enough, though. So you got Washington and Dallas. You think it's gonna be the Stanley Cup final? Could be?
I would say I would love that for it to be that way. If I wasn't being biased, I'd say Florida and the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, Florida. They're gonna be tough to beat.
That team is ridiculous, man. I'm 1-0 against them. I wanted to play last night versus that team, but I didn't get the chance to, unfortunately. But yeah, they're amazing, and I always joke around in the chat box or when I'm talking to Riz or whatever. I'm like, congrats on your cup, because that team is just so deep. So
yeah, I've said that since the beginning of the season, so I wouldn't be surprised. All right, Clark, we're gonna wrap it up since it's almost 17 minutes.
Hey man, it's been fun.
Oh, thanks. I know. Thanks for coming on to interview with me. You're the first one, so I gotta learn from here. Pretty much.
Hey man, just keep going at it, man. I appreciate this. We need more people like you to do things like this. So
get the community involved. Exactly. All right. I'll talk to you later, Clark.
Yeah, you too, man.